In the middle of the Amazon jungle, someone has just made an amazing discovery. Scientists have taken a picture of something that makes no sense and challenges what we think we know about nature. The details of this discovery are unclear, but it is clear that it is a big step forward in science. People know that the Amazon rainforest has a lot of different kinds of plants and animals, but what they found is different from anything that was known to live there before. This discovery could have a lot of effects, and we can only guess what other secrets the Amazon jungle still holds. Stay tuned and subscribe to us now as we find out more about this amazing discovery and what it means for how we see the world. Ecologists discovered more than 3,500 islands that formed recently in the Amazon. The island spaces are too small for the species to thrive, and they can't cross the water to other parts of the forest, so they're stuck there forever. The islands also have limited resources, so species trapped there could vanish at an alarming rate. The islands trap mammals of all sizes, lizards, frogs, and trees. But what built these islands recently? Dozens of dams have been built across rivers in the Amazon basin, including the 1980s Balbina Dam. As these dams took in water, they left forest patches and hilly parts of the basin. 95 of the islands are less than 1 square kilometer in size, and they were only able to maintain modest biodiversity, which affects ecosystems. Its name means boiled by the heat of the sun, but local shamans believe its heat is caused by a giant serpent spirit known as Yakumama, the mother of the waters. Scientists discovered that the river's heat is geothermal. The rainforest is home to more than 30 million people, but a recent event left tens of thousands of them stranded because the Amazon River fell to its lowest level in more than 100 years, leaving dried sandbanks. However, a fisherman found something engraved in the rock that could have been made 7,000 years ago in the Rio Negro tributary of the Amazon River. Researchers were able to photograph these etchings before they disappeared. The president of the Brazilian Society of Archaeology, Eduardo Neves, said the etchings prove that civilizations lived in the Amazon thousands of years ago. Neves also hoped the discovery would help conserve the jungle and its ancient secrets. Ancient civilizations hundreds of years ago, Spanish explorers were excited to find El Dorado, a city of gold, in South America, particularly rainforests like the Amazon. Many of them never returned home, but the mythical city was never found. Scientists use light-based remote sensite technology LiDAR to scan parts of the forest and reveal civilizations thriving in the vast rainforest. Scientists found a 2,000-year-old monolith in northern Peru's Amazon. The antique stone has spirals, circles, and cat fangs. Jason Kleinhens, an application engineer at Exact Meteorology, performed a 3D scan on the monolith and found 2 teeth from a feathered feline god, a circle with a hole in the center, and straight lines emanating from it. He described the patterns as abstract and ornate. The rock sculptures are from 200 to 280 BC. At that time, there were no writing systems in Peru. Kleinhens' team also noted that the rock wasn't sourced locally, so the ancient people probably transported it through the jungle with ropes. Animals, up to 4,000 animal species, call the Amazon home. Here's a couple of them. You've probably never heard of glass frogs, which are usually lime green but have transparent abdominal skin that makes organs like their hearts visible. Cicada monkey babies purr like cats to express contentment. Titi monkeys, also known as the red-bearded TT or bushy-beard TT, are found in the Colombia rainforest and were first described by biologists Thomas Deffler, Marta Bueno, and Avia Garcia in 2010. They have brown fur, lighter tails, chestnut red necks and cheeks, and red beards. They eat fruits and leaves. Unfortunately, habitat fragmentation and a small population have endangered the purring monkey and its tribes. Over 1 million Indians live in the Amazon forest, and up to 400 indigenous tribes have their languages, cultures, and territories, but not all of them communicate with the outside world. This section explores some of these tribes and their people. In the Brazilian Amazon, illegal miners and settlers clashed with indigenous tribes like the Kano and Akustu, resulting in genocide. The man of the hole was the sole survivor of his tribe, which was killed in the 1970s and killed off in 1995. He lived a reclusive lifestyle, rejecting anyone who tried to get close. No one knew his real name or the language he spoke. He moved frequently, but dug deep holes in all his homes. The Fundação Nacional de Índio, or FUNAI, is Brazil's government agency for indigenous interests. FUNAI agents kept tabs on him, leaving gifts of tools and seeds for him, and he would signal that whenever they strayed too close to his traps. On August 24, 2020, he was found dead in his last home. Jose Alagar's death was estimated at 60 years old. Waiapi tribe members of the Waiapi tribe contacted the outside world in 1973, but decided to demarcate their land. In 1996, they were given 1.5 million acres of protected land for their personal use and governance, but former Brazilian President Bolsonaro wanted to move the Waiapi from their land and integrate them into society because part of the Waiapi land is rich in gold and silver, which the government wanted to mine. In 1982, the World Bank and the European Union loaned Brazil $900 million to build townships for the Awa, who live in nomadic bands of a few hundred people and depend entirely on their forests. This money was supposed to protect indigenous tribes, like the AWA, but illegal loggers still attack them. International launched a global AWA People Defense campaign in April 2012. Colin Firth supported the campaign. El Mayantu is a scary Amazonian legend. Supposedly, a friendly creature El Mayantu lurks in Peruvian Amazon. This reptilian creature looks like a goblin with the face of a toad and scaly skin. It can imitate the bark of a tree or take the shape of an animal. Locals say they've seen it mostly in the wetlands. The Mayantu is friendly to humans and will help them if they're in trouble. It also knows plants that can cure human illnesses. Native Yugawa Indians worship El Mayantu as the god of good, or curandero, meaning the one who cares about alien in the trees. Paranormal writer Michael Cohen received a video proving extraterrestrials in the Amazon. The video was made in the Mamas region of the Amazon by two British tourists. The tourist was capturing children who posed for them, but standing in the trees behind them was an alien creature with a bright light. The tourists didn't realize this until well after their shoot. With the Amazon's vastness and biodiversity, what better place is there for aliens to pitch their tent on Earth? We've come to the end of this video. Tell us in the comments section, how did you like our video? Don't forget to follow us for more content.